Asonia is going to be joining us in just a few seconds, so be sure to drop your questions. What's up, Adam?
Hey, dude, what's happening? How are
Dude,
you?
doing well. And yourself?
All right. Good,
Dude,
man. Good. I'm just trying to get situated here. What's going on?
man, well, we were just talking with the fans. It's launch day. How are you feeling about it?
Good, man. So far, so good. It's nice to finally have it out.
Yeah.
It's been been a little while. It's nice to get it out there.
Well, you just did a live stream with John Cooper from Skillet and Homie from Theory of a Dead Man. That was fun. I'm sure you're excited about this tour. Is there anything you want to say about it before we dive into Extrovert?
Well, it's just been a while since we've been out, so I can speak on behalf of all the guys that we're really stoked to be playing to be getting out there and playing some shows. So it's going to
Cool.
be a really good tour, and I think a lot of cool stuff's going to happen. Great bands, great music. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about your screams that you have on Extrovert and are like, I don't know where these have been, but we're happy they're back. Was that something that you wanted to do specifically for this, or was it just like you were in the songwriting process? You're like, this will be great for this.
Yeah, it just seemed like the right thing. It just seemed like what we needed for that part of the song. I assume people are talking about the part in Devastate,
Hmm.
the bridge there. Yeah, just felt like the right thing to have in there. So we got it in there.
Come on, man. Well, let's dive into some of these questions that the fans sent in. They were sending them in all night. They're excited about
Okay,
this
what do we got?
EP. The first one we have is what is the inspiration behind the introvert and extrovert cover arts? And that's from Zoe.
Um, we actually, I've always, for most of the records that I've done, I've always sort of tried to find an artist or some artwork, whether it's online, somewhere on DeviantArt or um, anywhere. And so I came across an artist that I really liked his stuff. His name is John Scott. And I just really liked the artwork, and I asked if he'd be willing to do something for us, and we sent him some music, and it felt right. I mean, the imagery, I think it really does provokes a lot of thought and stuff. So it just felt right. It's always interesting trying to find artwork for a record cover. You want it to make sense, sort of, and you want it to just look good and be cool. So yeah, his name's John Scott. He's a great artist, and I just like his stuff, and it just seemed to work.
Yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm.
after listening to finally being able to listen to the EP that's making you royalties versus going through the email link that I've had for a few weeks has been nice. But I'm also getting to see who actually worked on this EP. And you've had from the likes of Keith Wall and Cody Quinsad, so many amazing names working on this EP. What made this one different than the previous?
Well, this one, Extrovert, yeah, I ended up, I ended up moving to Nashville, which I wanted to for a while, and once we got here, it was one of those things. There's a lot of guys and people in different bands that I wanted to maybe reach out to, try to work with. So just one of those things where on Extrovert, I ended up co-writing with a few different people. And on Introvert, it wasn't that way at all.
Mhm.
Introvert was during the pandemic, and we were stuck at home and couldn't go out. So yeah, a little bit different. Basically, the opposites.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was nice to do some co-writing and collaborating with different people.
Yeah, and we got a ton of questions about when you're coming to Canada and Brazil, and I just have a blanket statement for everyone.
Yeah.
Adam doesn't book the shows. It comes from agencies and such. So there were so many questions about coming to Canada and Brazil, so I did want to bring it up, but that's not really your expertise and all the booking and routing and all that good stuff. But I'm sure you're
Yeah.
excited to go eventually.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, we it's been a while since we've been able to play shows and stuff, and we're planning on this year or next year rather. We're gonna be we're gonna be doing a lot of touring. I mean, the
Awesome.
plan is to support introvert and extrovert on some tours and get to Canada for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, the idea of putting together a Canadian leg for that Theory and Skillet tour could be great. So yeah, I mean, definitely gonna happen. There's actually I just heard of something we're trying to get on another tour going across Canada. So
Amazing.
yeah, we'll see, but we'll be up there for sure. And I mean, I love Brazil. Any chance I can get to get there, I'll be
Yeah.
there.
And
Hmm.
speaking of Brazil, Jesse from Brazil asked why the names introvert and extrovert.
Well, I think I probably just touched on that a little bit.
Yeah.
It was mainly the writing process, and the writing process for introvert was uh, we were all sort of in isolation. All the guys in the band, we were at home in our studios, not able to leave, not able to do anything. So introvert just seemed to make sense because the whole EP was written alone,
Yeah.
and then with extrovert, the way that EP was written was with other people, and
Yeah.
I was going out to meet people, and so it just made sense. We the label asked us if we'd be cool with doing two EPs rather than a full length, and with the way that people consume music these days, it just seems to make sense. So
Yep.
um, yeah, so we split
Yeah.
it up, and the introvert extrovert thing just seemed to make a lot of sense with the way the two EPs were created.
Yeah. And Jesse also asked, when is the collab with Breaking Benjamin coming? It's already out. It's called Dance with the Devil, and it's on their Aurora um, acoustic album. So you should go check that out. It's a bunch of amazing names on there as well. One question that I
Mm-hmm.
found really intriguing that I actually really appreciated was, is Chasing the Light meant to be the follow up to Never Too Late?
That's an interesting question for sure. No, 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 definitely not. But it is. I mean, it is. I feel like "Chasing the Light" is a bit of a hopeful track, and I think we talked about this the other
We
day.
did.
Yeah, it just seemed to be the right direction for
Yeah.
that last song on the EP, just to hopefully bring a little bit of hope.
Yeah.
Because there's a bit of dark stuff on there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And people
Hmm.
were talking before you got on about the a cappella part on Chasing the Light and how they appreciated that so much. So y'all hit the nail
Oh,
right
cool.
on the head with that. Random
Nice.
question from a fan in Uruguay. Can you collab with Ice Nine Kills?
Can I?
Can I would
I'm
be
sure.
he's vocally able to do that.
Hmm.
I'm sure it would take some
hmm
conversations, but it'd be dope.
Yeah, those guys are cool, man, for sure. I've obviously, I guess, just like everybody else, I've heard so much of them, and seems like Spencer's doing a number of different collabs, so that would definitely be cool for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, good band and put on a crazy good show. So yeah, it would be a lot of fun. Yeah,
Come on. Mark is asking, what song off of Extrovert are you most excited to play live?
that's a good question. Anytime you put out new music, it's
Hmm.
really exciting to play all those songs live. It's hard to pick a favorite, or one that I'd be looking forward to more than another. Um, I think Break the Mold for me is going to be a lot of fun. We it's a little bit riff wise. It's a little bit out of I'd say our comfort zone. Yeah, it's a pretty busy riff and has a it's a little bit tough to play for sure.
Yeah.
Tough to sing and play, that's for sure. But I mean, they're all going to be a lot of fun to play, and Devastate, of course, for sure.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun one. Yeah,
That seems
yeah,
like it'll be a fun song to play live for sure. The crowd's gonna be electric.
yeah.
I can't wait to see it played live myself. What is the last thing that made you laugh until you cried?
Last thing that made me laugh until I cried, huh? That's a good question. My memory's terrible, but I do know that I just recently laughed until I cried with my wife. We were sitting, and I can't remember what we were watching, but it does happen. So I
Yeah.
can't remember what it was specifically. I think it was just something online
Yeah.
that she pulled up and made me laugh. Yeah, tough to remember. Hard to
Yeah.
remember what I laugh till I cry all the time.
Yeah. It's one of those things you just can't help, and you also don't remember because I guess the endorphins or whatever go to your brain just make you so lightheaded you
Right,
don't remember it. But there is a
right.
question in the chat right now, and I'm not going to try to pronounce your name because I don't want to embarrass myself with my Georgia accent. Break the Mold feels like a metalcore vibe. Are you planning to experiment more into the modern metalcore stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we really thought about it too much. That song I actually wrote with Cody Quisted
Hmm.
from Wage War, uh, and their vibe is that for sure. So it's yeah, not consciously thinking about a direction that the band could go or the song should go or anything like that. But it's always nice to sort of branch out and try different things. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think we're consciously going to try to go any direction, but it's always nice to experiment, you know?
Yeah. And for the fans that have listened to both Introvert and Extrovert, what can they look forward to from both of them being compressed together into an LP coming out on December 9th?
Well, the December 9th release will have both the EPs as well as a couple acoustic tracks. So we spent some time in the studio with our producer Anton. We did Above It All acoustic and Devastate acoustic, and gave them some interesting changes and things. So, I mean, that's going to be on those two songs will be on the full length, and I think people will like those. I mean, we still have some time before that comes out,
Mm-hmm.
and there's definitely a possibility that another track makes it on there because
Incredible.
we do have some more songs that yeah that do length. So it'd be nice to get a couple more tracks on there.
Yeah. And one of the last questions I have here from the prior people sending them in is would you consider doing Monster on stage with Skillet on this Skillet tour?
Well, I don't know if you guys, if everybody heard, but John Cooper I mean, he took it upon himself to announce it or mention it that we actually did a collaboration together, John and myself, and that song's going to be released. I think he said um, sometime within the next couple months. So, and
Wow.
it's a Skillet song, um, and yeah, just went into the studio and we sort of we basically it's a collaboration. So if we do anything to myself or Skillet and myself, it'll be that one.
Come on, that is
Yeah.
incredible. And if anyone is like me and did not know that, well, you heard it here first with me. So that's going to be incredible. Adam, as we close this thing out, I know you got a busy day ahead with all the press and everything with Extrovert. What is something that you want to leave fans with on this live stream?
You know what? I am just so grateful for the support, and it's been all my fans and all of our fans, and I can't wait to see everybody soon on the.
Come on, that's incredible. And somebody just commented fifth grade me would have died at this news. And I don't see why you said fifth grade me because 25-year-old me is freaking out about that internally. So I'm excited to hear this Skillet collaboration. Adam, thank you so much for joining us for this. This has been so much fun.
Of course,
And
man.
I'm excited to release this podcast episode that we recorded the other day, too. So hopefully people are
Yeah,
able to really digest this EP, appreciate it for what it is, and go pre-order some merch with the LP that's coming out on December 9th, everybody. But Adam, thank you
absolutely.
again for being here. I appreciate your time and I appreciate your heart for people, your music, the lyrics, everything that you've done over your career. It's meant a lot to me. It means a lot to everyone else. And saying Asonia to the moon, brother.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the support
Definitely.
and everything. I really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you very soon. See everybody
Sounds good.
super shortly here.
Sounds good, brother. Talk soon.
All right. Thanks, man.
See ya. Yep.
Bye bye.
Bye. And thanks everybody for watching this. This has been Adam from Saint Asonia. Be sure to go stream Extrovert on your favorite digital streaming platforms, Apple Music, Spotify. Send it to your friends. Let them know that there is an amazing EP out called Extrovert, and be looking for that LP to come out on December 9th. Go check out the merch. Be looking out for the podcast episode with myself and Adam over the next few weeks, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for joining us.